So apparently, Earth is a spiritual battleground for an intergalactic war, and humans are at the center of it. I know this sounds crazy, but this is information that's coming from a lady named Elena Danaan. She is a French researcher and contactee who channels something called the Galactic Federation of Light. And I know, this sounds crazy, but she evidently is also being closely watched by some of the top intelligence agencies and governments around the world, because the message that she's putting out is jiving with the information that they're getting. So I decided to look into her and see what the message that she's putting out is. And here's kind of the central thesis of it, is that humans are basically a hybrid species that has been helped and watched and protected by the Galactic Federation of Light for a very long time. But we've also been in the middle of this war, and on the other side of that are the reptilians, the Dracos, and the Greys. And that evidently the Galactic Federation of Light, the good guys, are winning, and the bad guys are on their way out. But they're not going down without a fight. But what has happened is the power structures that they've set up on Earth, what we call the deep state or the cabal, is crumbling because they're losing the support of their big buddies, the reptilians and the Greys. And if you've noticed, back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, there was so many reports of Greys and abductions and this kind of stuff, and you don't hear about near as much anymore. And that's because they're losing. They're on their way out. So with that, these power structures on Earth don't have the support they're used to, and they're being exposed. So what have we seen? We've seen so many of our control structures falling, governments crumbling. We've seen the royal family in a mess, Diddy and all his friends, and all of these, celebrities and very influential people and powerful people are just getting hung out to dry. Why is this? Well, they're losing the support that they had. They used to be able just to kind of do all this evil crap and get away with it because they had all these evil big brothers like protecting them and facilitating it. Now they don't have that, and they're just getting hung out. And it's pretty fascinating to watch because you can see in real time we're going through this unveiling. We're starting to see people are just waking up and they're like, holy crap, I've been lied to my whole life by my schools, by my government, by the scientists, by the celebrities, by my all these people I follow and listen to and respected. We're finding out they're all, not all, but there's a lot of deviance and a lot of crazy, horrible, dark stuff going on, and it's being exposed because that's how you defeat evil, with light. Darkness can't exist in light, and that's all we do is we kill them with kindness, with love, and with light. And right now they're going to start destroying themselves and eating themselves alive, and it's just our job to facilitate that, just to keep pushing the dominoes over, because one will take out the next. They turn on each other. They're just going to start turning into animals. So that's what's happening in real time. We're watching it happen every day. There's a new story about some new power structure falling, or a new celebrity or politician or something like that being exposed for all their stuff. Evidently, a lot of things are going on inside the Earth, finding some of these dark underground stuff they've been doing, and a lot of stuff's going on in space, and we just can't see any of it because we're just here on the surface and we have limited view, but it's happening. This is according to Elena Danaan and her channeled information she's getting from the Galactic Federation of Light, who is kind of in charge of this, the good part of this war. But I just thought it super interesting because when we talk about things like the apocalypse, right? That's not the end of the world, that's the end of an era. It's when dark is exposed by light, and the meek shall inherit the earth. The meek is the common folk. So what we're going through is a changing of the guards, this age of Aquarius, this unveiling. It's where basically the veil just gets thin, we start to see what's going on, and when we see, people wake up, and then you're like, holy shit, it changes everything. So that's what's happening now. That's what disclosure is a big part of it. They're trying to drip disclosure, get people, kind of comfortable with the fact that we're not alone. We're going to start seeing like our raising of our collective vibration. The consciousness is going to shift. People are going to be have more love and empathy. We're going to be standing up against war and against corruption and all these things. And that's what we're seeing. But evidently it's happening in large part because the kind of the evil overlords, the reptilians and the Greys, which I never really gave much thought or believed in. If this is all true, it's all, I don't know, I can't verify it, but evidently governments and intelligence agencies think it's true, and they're paying a lot of attention. If this is true and the bad guys are losing, then that would explain why we're seeing a reflection of that on Earth with the human power structures that were set up and propped up by those bad intergalactic guys. Those are crumbling too. So is that what we're seeing? I like to think so. Let me know what you think. Have a beautiful day. Peace.